Sonic Forces. Oh boy, has there been quite the division with Sonic fans over Sonic Forces. Everyone is either really looking forward to the game or thinks it's going to be another disaster piece. And from early reviews that we've gotten in the game, it doesn't look like it's all that good. Polygon gave the game a 5 out of 10. My buddy Dreamcast guy gave the game a 4 out of 10, citing that it just was not a good game. And I played the Sonic Forces demo. Yeah, it was only 60 seconds long. It only gave you a little taste of what to expect, but that demo actually convinced me not to cancel my pre-order of the game because I wanted to check it out. I thought what I played in the demo was fun. It was decent enough. It wasn't great. It wasn't, grandiose, but what was there was pretty solid. So my copy of Sonic Forces came in today for the Nintendo Switch at about 11 o'clock, and I have spent the entire day with this game. I'm talking like 8+ hours, and I've got some thoughts about it. This is going to be my review of the game because Sonic Forces, I think a lot of people are on the fence about it. Sonic Forces for the Nintendo Switch, is it worth it? Let's find out. Before we talk about the actual Sonic Forces game, I do want to let you guys know I'm not going to compare this game to Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania is a game that I believe is in its own little thing. That's a fan game that Sega really liked, and it's a passion project from fans of the classic Sonic games. So to compare Sonic Forces to it, isn't that really... I don't think that's a good idea because it's two different things. Fan versus a corporation. The corporation, Sega, obviously wants to move Sonic in a certain direction. They want these Sonic games to go in a certain direction. The Sonic Mania relies heavily on nostalgia and, stuff like that. And Sonic Mania is a fantastic game, one of my favorite games of 2017. But to compare Sonic Forces to Sonic Mania, I don't think is fair. Another thing is, I didn't buy this game expecting, a Super Mario Odyssey-like adventure. Why? Because I'm a smart consumer. You see, when Sonic Forces was announced as a $40 game, right then and there, I realized, they're not going for the gusto here. They're not going to, break Sonic out of his, 3D genre thing. They're just pretty much going to play it safe. They're just going to try to make it a better experience, a better 3D Sonic experience. Maybe add in some other stuff to it. So for those of you expecting, Sonic Forces to be something of the caliber of Super Mario Odyssey, I think you're just lying to yourselves. You're not giving the game itself enough credit. You're overhyping the game, when in actuality, I don't think it was ever supposed to be on that level. So, Sonic Forces, it has a story, but I don't play Sonic games for the story, so honestly, I skipped a lot of it. What I've gathered, though, is basically Eggman, even though he's Robotnik, Eggman has taken over the world. Sonic gets captured and blah, blah, blah. You get a ragtag group of resistance members and you are fighting against Eggman and his new special weapon, Infinite, who seems like he cannot be destroyed. And, it's okay. I don't really get into the Sonic lore. I don't get into all the voice acting. I think there's some, correlations with Lost Worlds as far as the story is concerned. I don't know. I'm not big on story in Sonic games because to me, you could just say, Sonic's got to be Eggman, and I'd be like, yeah, let's go! So it's not a huge deal to me, but I think fans of Sonic games that like the story, that like the backstory of Sonic games, there's a lot of stuff in here, so it will be pretty cool. So like I said, you get this resistance group and you're basically trying to overthrow Eggman and Infinite. And one of the interesting things is you basically create your own character in the Sonic universe. That's one of the newcomers. He's the newcomer to the group, and you end up playing with him throughout the game. And it's kind of interesting. You could heavily customize him. You get lots of unlockable stuff, but I've got the bonus edition of Sonic Forces, and that came with the Knight skin. So my character was Knights, and as far as I'm concerned, Knights is in a Sonic game, kind of, sorta, which makes it kind of cool to me. But, it's okay. It's decent. Now, besides the classic 3D Sonic, you also have a 2D Sonic that sort of jumps in dimensions and stuff. I don't know. It's really weird. The story is very confusing to me, to be quite honest with you. But that sort of leads to different gameplay styles. So the way Sonic Forces plays, I think that's what a lot of people are looking forward to. Imagine Sonic Adventure with Sonic Lost Worlds, with Sonic Generations, with Sonic Colors, with Sonic Secret in the Rings, with the throwback to 2D platforming. And that sounds very confusing, and you're probably like, what are you talking about? But that's sort of how I view Sonic Forces. I don't think it has a single entity that defines its gameplay style, because all of the levels are very unique, and you never know what playstyle to expect unless, of course, you get Classic Sonic as your main character in the level. Then it'll be a more traditional 2D style level, even with the old sound effects, which I thought was kind of cool. But you never know what to expect gameplay wise. There are some levels where you're going full speed and you barely press a button and you're just going on like a track, and then you're jumping from track to track, and then you're grinding, and then all of a sudden you're going 2D, and then it swings back to 3D. It keeps you on your toes, and at first it was kind of a bit off-putting, but I actually liked it. I liked the variety. I liked never knowing what to expect. And there's even levels that you play with Sonic and your created character, so that adds a whole nother dynamic to it, a whole nother dimension to the game, because you end up doing tandem attacks and stuff. There's even stuff like Mission Impossible style, avoid the laser stuff. Like, it's very strange, but it somehow works. And it works decently. If you liked something from Sonic Lost World, if you liked something from Sonic Generations, you're gonna find a level in here that pretty much resonates with you because of the different gameplay styles. And that's really interesting, a really interesting feature with the game that I like. I like that they didn't pigeonhole themselves. They didn't try to make Sonic Adventure 3, although that's what a lot of people want. They didn't make a classic 2D Sonic game, even though that's what a lot of people got with Sonic Mania. This is its own unique beast of just a blending of all of the history of different Sonic games put into one, and you would think it wouldn't work, but I honestly think it does. There are some levels that definitely stand out amongst other levels. There's a couple levels that I found just very annoying, and some of the levels are pretty short, and that's something that's worth noting because the game itself is not that long. Like I said, I've spent about 8 hours with this game, and I've pretty much done everything I've wanted to do with it. There's a normal mode and a hard mode, and it's kind of strange because normal mode is essentially the easy mode if you've never played a Sonic game, and hard mode is the mode you choose if you have played a Sonic game. So wouldn't it be easy and normal instead of normal and hard? Like, why not actually make a hard difficulty for those of us who are, Sonic experts and really into the Sonic franchise that will probably not have too much trouble with the game? Because myself, I didn't have that much trouble with the game. It's honestly on the easy side. It's pretty easy. There was a couple boss battles that, caught me up. There was a couple platforming issues I made, but it never really seemed to impede my progress. I never got stuck per se. I would just have to figure out something on the boss battles. And as far as the boss battles go, there's a good variety of them. There's different sorts of boss battles and whatnot. Infinite is a very interesting character. I really like what Infinite's able to do. Slight spoilers, but he could sort of create other, entities such as Shadow the Hedgehog and a Metal Sonic so that you fight against them. And the Metal Sonic boss battle I thought was really fun. It's very fast paced and lots of stuff going on. Very, very cool. So the boss battles are solid. Like I said, much like the levels, some of them stick out more so than others. There's a couple that sort of just drag on and are boring, but all in all, it's pretty solid. Graphically speaking, the game looks pretty good. I didn't expect, something like Super Mario Odyssey. I expected something that's more of a budget title, and I think it looks nice. It's clean, it's fast, the character models themselves look good. There's some really nice set pieces in the background, stuff destroying all around you. The city level looks really cool. The only thing I didn't like is you visit the same sort of areas over and over again, and although you get different perspectives of them, it's essentially just the same textures being reused over and over again, but you get different angles. Like, it's a 3D angle, so it looks completely different, or it's a different part of that level. But I could have used a little bit more level variety in the game. There's a lot of Sonic stuff that you could tap into, or you could just create new stuff. And Chemical Plant Zone, Green Hill Zone, they all make appearances in the game. You visit them in different forms and fashions. While that's cool, I would have liked to have seen a little bit more. But honestly, graphically speaking, it's solid. It's nothing great, it's nothing mind-blowing, but it's serviceable. It gets the job done. I understand what's going on. I understand what I'm seeing. Same thing with the music. Some of the music tracks are really catchy. Some of them are just not so much. The voice acting, I could do without it because, once again, I'm not big into the story of Sonic the Hedgehog games, but the voice acting, serviceable. Some of the characters sound a bit wonky, but decent nonetheless. And when you complete the game, you also unlock bonus stages and stuff, and of course you could do daily challenges, and you can unlock more stuff for your character, your custom character. I will never do that because I have the Knight skin. Why do I need anything else besides the Knight skin? But you could do some pretty creative stuff, and I'm sure Sonic OC people, the ones that make original Sonic characters on like DeviantArt and stuff, you guys are gonna love this game. You guys are gonna love this game. So, as the title states, is Sonic Forces worth it? for the Nintendo Switch? Yes. I honestly think Sonic Forces is not a bad game. It's not a great game. It might not even be a good game, but it's an average game. You know, it's a $40 game. This is supposed to be a budget title. Does nobody remember middleware anymore? I used to love middleware games. There would be anything from like a 5 to a 7 on a 1 to 10 rating, but there was good stuff in those middleware games. They always came out sort of budget priced on the PS3 or the Wii or the Xbox 360, but it just seems in this generation, everything's either AAA or indie. Sonic Forces is a middleware game. It's not breaking the Sonic mold. It's not the Sonic to Super Mario Odyssey that everyone maybe thought they were getting. Sonic Forces is just a blend of all the Sonic games that you've ever played put into a decently polished package with pretty solid presentation and some fun gameplay. I don't think it's nearly as bad as people are making it out to be. I am more than happy with my purchase. It feels like a Sonic game. It's something I'm going to revisit from time to time just to try to beat my score and, beat my time in certain levels and stuff. So if you're looking for a solid Sonic game, you're keeping your expectations low, and you have Amazon or Best Buy, reward stuff, you can get the game for like $32. Even at $40, honestly, I think it's worth it. Don't expect the world. Expect a solid, decent to almost average game, and you're getting what you're getting. So those are my thoughts on Sonic Forces. I don't really understand why so many people are so against it. I guess maybe they were expecting this huge revolution for Sonic. They were expecting this new dimension, but it's a decent game. Although I did not score it on this channel, I will have a written review over on Nintendo Enthusiast so you can see my numerical score. I already have a number in mind. I think it's a very fair number, pretty much in line with this review as a solid, decent title. So, yeah. Sonic Forces for the Nintendo Switch. Those are my thoughts on it. If you picked up the game, let me know what you think in the comments section down below. And as always, thank you for checking out this video. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that like button. Get a conversation going in the comments, and I will catch you guys next time. Later.
RGT 85. RGT 85. RGT